ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಶುಭ ಮುಂಜಾನೆ. ನಾನು ಜಾಕೀರ್ ಹುಸೈನ್, e-content developer, welcomes you all to my today's session. I am conducting this session of course switchgear and protection. The topic for this session is arc formation process, methods of arc extinction. The objective of this session is to learn arc formation process, methods of arc extinction, that is high resistance methods and low resistance method, how arc can be extinguished by using these methods. Before coming to this session, let us have what we have learned in the previous sessions of Unit 2. In the previous sessions of Unit 2, we have learned what do we mean by switch gears, what are the features of the switch gears, what is the difference between the indoor and outdoor switch gears. Apart from this, we have learned what is a fuse, the types of fuses, how these fuses are constructed and how these fuses works, and also we have learned the applications of these fuses. Now let us come to my today's topic. My today's topic is arc formation and methods of arc extinction. Whenever a short circuit occurs, a heavy current flows through the contacts of the circuit breaker before they are opened by the protective system. Whenever a short circuit occurs in the power system or any electrical circuit, the result is a large flow of current in the system. This current we call it as the short circuit current. This heavy current flow in the system causes a heavy damage to the equipments connected in the power system. To avoid this, these short circuits currents has to be interrupted by using interrupting devices called circuit breakers. When short circuit occurs, heavy current flows the contacts of the circuit breaker. As the contacts begin to separate, the contact area decreases quickly. As a result, the current density increases in and around the contact area. As a result, the temperature increases. This rise in temperature ionize the medium between the contacts that present between the contacts of the circuit breaker. Usually the medium is air and oil. This ionized medium has more free electrons. Due to this, it acts as a conductor and arc is struck between the contacts. What do we mean by ionization? Ionization is nothing but a process. In this process, the process of liberating an electron from a gas molecules with the simultaneous production of a positive ion is called ionization. In the process of ionization, by collision, a free electrons collides with a neutral gas molecules and gives rise to a new electron and a positive ion. Due to this ionization of air and oil, within a very short period of time, a large number of electrons is available. A large number of free electrons is available. Those free electrons conduct the current through this arc and acts as a conductor. The initiation of arc at the instant of contact separation caused due to thermionic emission and field emission of electrons. This thermionic emission and field emission you have studied in the subject analog electronics in the third semester. At the time of short circuit in the system, the potential difference between the contact is sufficient enough to maintain the arc between the contact. This arc provides a low resistance path. Therefore, the current remains in the circuit. During the arcing period, the current flowing between the contacts depends on the arc resistance. The arc resistance depends upon the following factors: degree of ionization, length of the arc, cross section of the arc. The arc resistance is inversely proportional to the degree of ionization. As the degree of ionization decreases, the arc resistance increases. The length of the arc is directly proportional to the arc resistance. That is, as the length of the arc increases or the distance between the contact increases, the arc resistance also increases. The arc resistance is again the cross section of the arc. As the cross section of the arc decreases, the arc resistance increases. The cross section of the arc is inversely proportional to the arc resistance. How this arc can be extinguished? What are the methods to extinguish the arc? Before this, let us understand what are the factors responsible to maintain the arc. One is the potential difference between the contacts, and the second one is ionized particles between the contact. As there is a small separation between the contact, the potential difference between them is sufficient to maintain the arc. If we increase the separation between the contacts to such an extent, the potential difference is not sufficient to maintain the arc. However, in high voltage system, the separation between the contact requires in meters. Therefore, this method is practically not possible. Another method is to de-ionize the arc path, as the ionized particles maintains the arc. This can be done by cooling the arc or by removing the ionized particles from the space between the contacts. Methods of arc extinction. There are two methods of extinguishing the arc in the circuit breaker. The first one is high resistance method. The second one is low resistance or current zero method. Let us see the first method, high resistance method. In this method, the arc is extinguished by increasing arc resistance with time, so that the current is not sufficient to maintain the arc. The disadvantage of this method is that a large amount of energy is dissipated in the arc. This type of method we use in DC circuit breakers and low capacity AC circuit breakers. The resistance of the arc may be increased by lengthening the arc, cooling the arc, reducing cross section of the arc, splitting the arc. First one, lengthening the arc. The resistance of the arc, as I said earlier, is directly proportional to its length. By increasing the gap between the contacts, the length of the arc is increased. Second one, cooling the arc. This is done by letting a high pressure air between the contacts of the circuit breaker, which cools the temperature. By cooling the arc, the free electrons get attached to the molecules. Therefore, the arc resistance increases. Reducing cross section area of the arc. Cross section area of the arc is directly proportional to the arc resistance. To reduce the cross section area of the arc, the contact area made shorter and allowing the arc to pass through this shorter cross section area, this narrow cross section area. Thereby, the arc resistance can be increased. Splitting the arc. If we split the arc resistance increases. This can be done by having conducting plates between the contacts. By inserting the conducting plate, we can divide the entire length of the arc into a number of parts. This we call it as the splitting of the arc. By splitting the arc, we can increase the arc resistance. Another method is low resistance or current zero method. This method is used in AC circuit breakers only, in AC circuits only. In this method, arc resistance is kept low until current is zero, where the arc extinguishes naturally and is prevented from restriking in spite of the rising voltage across the contact. In an AC system, the current drops to zero after every half cycle. In one cycle, in AC system, in one cycle, the current passes through the zero twice. In 50 cycle, it passes through 100 times. At that current zero point, there is no current flowing in the system. At every current zero, the arc extinguishes for a brief moment. The medium between the contacts have ions and electrons, so it has a small dielectric strength. This dielectric strength can be broken if the there is a rise in the voltage across the contact. If by any method at current 0 the dielectric strength of the medium is built up quickly, then the arc fails to restrike and current will be interrupted. This can be done by causing the ionized particle to recombine into the neutral molecules, sweeping the ionized particle away and replacing them by unionized particle, causing the ionized particles in the space between the contact to recombine in the neutral molecules. This can be done by allowing the arc to cool. If we allow the arc to cool, the there is a recombination of free electrons into the neutral molecules, sweeping the ionized particle away and replacing them by unionized particle. This can be done by forcing the air at higher pressure between the contacts. That will take away the ionized particle, and the new particles, unionized particle, is present between the contact. That can be done by using a high pressure air, forcing the high pressure air between the contacts. The problem in AC interruption is to rapidly deionize the medium between the contacts as soon as the current becomes 0, so that the rising contact voltage or restriking voltage cannot break down the space between the contact. As I said, if we cool the arc, then there is a recombination of neutral molecules, and if we force the high pressure air between the contact, that will take away the ionized particle, and these two things if we do during the current 0 time, then the arc is completely extinguished, even though there is a rise in the voltage across there is a rise in the potential difference between the contacts of the circuit breaker. The deionization of the medium can be achieved by lengthening of the gap, high pressure, cooling, blast effect. Lengthening of the gap. Dielectric strength of the medium is directly proportional to the length of the gap between the contact. If the gap is increased more quickly, the dielectric strength of the medium increases. High pressure. If the pressure near the arc increase, the density of the particle constituting the discharge also increases. This in turn causes higher rate of deionization. As a result, dielectric strength of the medium increases. Cooling, this one I have already explained. Blast effect. If by forcing high pressure gas between the contacts at the time of opening the contact takes away ionized particle and replace unionized particles between the contacts, builds up the dielectric strength of the medium. This is the end of my today's topic. Let us assess what we have learned in this today's topic by taking multiple choice questions. The first question is, the resistance of an electric arc can be increased by. The options are increasing the concentration of ionized particles, reducing the arc length, splitting the arc, increasing the arc cross section. The resistance of an electric arc can be increased. Your answer is splitting the arc. If the concentration of ionized particle increases, the arc resistance decreases. It acts as a conductor. Reducing the arc length, if we reduce the arc length, then the arc resistance decreases. A high current will flow between the contact. Increasing the arc cross section area. If you increase the arc cross section area, the arc resistance decreases, as the cross section area of the arc is inversely proportional to the arc resistance. Therefore, our answer is splitting the arc. If we split the arc into a number of arc parts, then the arc resistance increases very quickly. The second question is, the arc resistance depends on which among the following factors? The options are cross section of the arc, length of the arc, degree of ionization, all of the above. Your answer is all of the above, as the arc resistance depends upon the cross section area of the arc, length of the arc, degree of ionization. Third question. What happens in the arc extinction using high resistance method? The options are arc resistance is decreased with time, arc resistance is increased with time, no change, it remains same, arc resistance is kept 0. High resistance method, arc extinction using high resistance method. Your answer is arc resistance is increased with time. The name of the method itself says that in this method we are increasing the resistance of the arc to extinguish this arc. Fourth question. When using low resistance method for arc extinction, what is the value of arc resistance? The options are arc resistance is 0, arc resistance is high, arc resistance is low, arc resistance is very high. When using low resistance method for arc extinction, which is used in AC system, what is the value of arc resistance? Your answer is arc resistance is low. It is not completely 0, because there are some ionized particles or ionization is present, and there are free electrons around the contacts. Therefore, your answer is arc resistance is low. Next question, question number 5. What is the arc voltage in a circuit breaker? The options are in phase with the arc current, lagging the arc current by 90 degree, leading the arc current by 90 degree, lagging the arcing current by 180 degree. What is the arc voltage in a circuit breaker? Your answer is in phase with the arc current. Next question. How is the initiation of arc at the instant of contact separation caused? The options are thermionic emission of electrons, field emission of electrons, both A and B, none of these. How is the initiation of electric arc at the instant of contact separation caused? Your answer is both A and B. At the initiation of electric arc instant, the contact separation is caused due to thermionic emission of electron as well as field emission of electron. Due to temperature, the electrons are liberated from the metal, and due to high potential difference between the contact, the field emission is present. Due to this field emission, the electrons is taking part in the conduction of current between the two contacts. Next question. Interrupting medium in a contactor may be air, oil, SF6 gas, any of the above. Interrupting medium in a contactor may be, your answer is any of the above. Any one may be present in the circuit breaker as a medium of interruption, either air, either oil, either SF6 gas. That's why your answer is any of the above. You can't use all these in the circuit breaker at once. You can use any one out of these three in the circuit breaker as a interrupting medium. Next question. The heat produces at the contact due to the passage of current will be the least depends on. The heat produces at the contact due to the passage of current will be the least depends on contact resistance, time during which the current flows, current flowing, temperature of surrounding medium. The heat produces at the contact between the passage of current will be the least depends on. The options are contact resistance, time during which the current flows, current flowing, temperature of surrounding medium. Your answer is temperature of surrounding medium. The contact resistance depends on the heat produces. If this contact resistance is low, current is high, heat produces more. Time during which the current flows. Time during which the current flow. When the current is flowing, there is a large amount of heat is produced in between the contacts. Current flowing. If the current is present, then there is more losses in the occurs due to that a high temperature increase. temperature of surrounding medium. These three factors are responsible for the temperature generation around the contacts, but temperature which is generated, it will not affect the heat production. It will not increases the heat produced around the contact. Therefore, your answer is temperature of surrounding medium. Let us take some true and false type of questions. Low resistance method of arc extinction is used in DC circuit breaker and low and medium power industrial type air circuit breaker. Low resistance method of arc extinction is used in DC circuit breaker and low and medium power industrial type air circuit breaker. Low resistance method is used in AC circuit breakers. Therefore, your answer is false. DC circuit breaker, we use high resistance method. Second question. High resistance method of arc extinction is used only in AC circuit breaker. High resistance method of arc extinction is used only in AC circuit breaker. Your answer is false, because high resistance method is used in DC circuit breaker as well as low power AC circuit breakers. These are my references of this presentation. I hope with these things, this topic is completely clear to you. I take this opportunity to thank who have given me directly or indirectly the opportunity to give my presentation on this topic. Thank you one and all.